college education can cost upwards of $60,000 a year, so it's no wonder that some students are turning to a very unconventional and controversial way to pay.
It's an age-old phenomenon. Young girls seeking out older men, better known as sugar daddies, for financial support. But these days, what the girls want is changing. At seekingarrangement.com, one of the most popular sugar daddy websites, 42% of the 3.6 million users are college students, many on the hunt for men to pay their tuition.
And get your education paid for by a generous sponsor.
New data from the site boasts that membership is way up at schools nationwide and claims that at New York University, which has an annual tab of 46 grand, there are some 1,000 sugar babies.
Attending college means you have the choice. Take out loans and eat ramen. Or get a sugar daddy and live the life you've always wanted.
Critics call it new age prostitution, but the girls don't see it that way at all.
My name is Alyssa. I am 21. I'm in my first year of college and I'm studying nursing. I feel like it's nothing like prostitution. The people that I hang out with, they don't just want sex or money. They're giving me money to enrich my life and they want to see me succeed in life.
I'm Ashley Hahnemann. I am 21 years old and I am a senior at NYU studying finance and econ. Tuition is way up into the $80K range, and Seeking Arrangement helps me to make ends meet.
When we started talking about, probably meeting up, getting dinner, I lay it out and I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna do for me? I've gotten an immense amount of clothes, watches, purses, of course. They've helped me with my textbooks and school and my car insurance paid, my phone bill.
There is nothing in our arrangement that requires or puts the pressure on to have sex.
The most I made after one date, he gave me like $500 in cash, and then he gave me another $700 to go buy a laptop.
I have looked at other alternatives, and even if I did work overtime 60 hours a week, I still wouldn't be able to make ends meet.
I mean, I used to have jobs. I worked in retail, I worked in food stores. I just think that this is so much easier. It's a lot more fun, honestly, than going to a cold food store and ringing up food all day.
You have your morals, you have your standards we have to do to make ends meet.
Ashley and Alyssa are here along with the CEO of Seeking Arrangement, Brandon Wade. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining me. And I know in the break you said you were trying to, comfort each other. You're nervous about talking about this because people do judge automatically. I mean, Ashley, you've been on the site a month now and you say you've made about $10,000. Tell me how it works, first of all. You say there's no sexual strings attached, none.
Absolutely not. No sex whatsoever. It's definitely how the guy approaches you, and whether it's not in a message, perhaps, he can treat you like an escort, and it's up to you to respond to that. Out of my 70 responses that I've given, you have to keep prodding the details out to see if these are whack jobs indeed, or if
and
they're...
of the 70 that you've spoken with, how many have been, as you put it, whack jobs?
Solid 60.
A solid 60 have wanted to have sex.
Yes.
So they've seen you as more of an escort than somebody that they're going to have an arrangement with, a financial arrangement where they just help you to pay bills because they're nice guys.
True.
Okay.
Definitely.
So do you draw the line at that? I mean, if you don't give the sex, they still give you the money then?
Absolutely. I have went on 10 of these dates with 10 guys, and essentially, we exchange conversation. Everyone's looking for emotional chemistry rather than physical chemistry.
What's the difference? I'm not sure I understand what you mean, emotional. Aren't you looking for somebody to pay your bills?
Yes, but conversation is the best form of communication, and we do share laughs. We generally have a good time, and at the end of the date, I can either ask for $1,000 or $3,000, and it's handed over without any hesitation.
Now, Alyssa, you've been on the site a couple of years, and in your case, you've had 5 sugar daddies, and you've had sex with all of them.
Yeah.
Now, was that a condition to
No, the first guy, the guy that I've been with for almost 2 years, we had sex on the first date. I was very attracted to him, he was so sweet. So that was automatic. But with the other guys, it's gradual. It really depends, if I like them, how the dates are going and whatnot.
And one of them is married.
Yeah, he didn't tell me at first. I didn't know, but he did tell me, and I was a little apprehensive at first. But I feel that if he wants it, he's gonna get it one way or another, so I'd rather it be with me. And his wife is not neglected in any way. You know, she has a new car, a nice new kitchen in her
I
house.
can see the reaction from the audience themselves. I mean, does she even know about you?
No.
Well, if she did, she'd be affected.
Probably.
Probably very much so. So I'd have to believe, unless they have an arrangement, which they clearly don't. You know, you started this, and
Yes.
I'm listening to these young women. Ashley's made it very clear she will not have sex with the people. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And Alyssa, it's quite different, that's part of the arrangement. She's comfortable. I think the audience is feeling, and I'm feeling, it does feel like prostitution to me. It very much feels like what this site is, you know, you call it arrangement. It's semantics to me.
Well, first of all, money and sex are two components that it's in every romantic relationship. We can all agree on that. But just because money and sex are involved doesn't make it prostitution. There's a gray
But when
line.
you pay for sex, isn't that prostitution?
Well, that's absolutely right. If you tell somebody, I'm going to give you $200 to have sex with me, that is prostitution. That's a very clear black line, and we don't allow that on Seeking Arrangement. I have a team of people that looks at profiles, messages, photos, and if you cross that line, you violate the terms of the site and you're kicked off.
But when Ashley says she's had 70 encounters online, and of those, 60 have been bad guys, well, what kind of checking are you doing?
Just because they want sex doesn't make them necessarily a bad guy. I mean, this is, after all, a dating website. Mm-hmm. So people out here looking for romance, and obviously if there's romantic chemistry, they're going to want to have sex. I mean, let's look at it another way. My mother is a housewife. My dad gives her money, an allowance every month. Is she a prostitute? No. But that's normal.
That's a little different. That's not the same. I mean, this is a married couple.
So then the question is it okay?
Sounds like you're trying to justify it.
So is it okay, therefore, to have a rich boyfriend or wealthy boyfriend who buys gifts for you, who takes you out to dinners, who takes you on trips? So at what point does the gray line become a black line? And there's one very clear line there.
So, I mean, you obviously have had conversations with friends, and some probably have said, why are you doing this? How did you get comfortable with this site?
I grew up from a very tough neighborhood. I was born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago, then I moved to Brooklyn. And if I can elevate myself socially, economically, financially, and progress myself academically, I'm doing it. I'm going to live the American dream.
You draw the line at actually, though, taking money for sex.
If it does come along the line, that's where, we'll have that intimacy conversation. But I'm not putting that up front.
And to someone who might say to you, Alyssa, look, what you're doing is you really are, if you're having sex with every guy on the site that you meet up with.
Well, no, I don't have sex with every guy I meet up with. There's a difference between, there's the initial date, you get to know them, see if they're a creep or anything. And then, if I like them, it progresses. It's not just like everyone I meet, I'm definitely going to have sex with. And